It's the last day of November. It's probably about 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm out in my garden. I never thought I'd love being out here as much as I do, but I don't have the radio on. I don't have any music playing. I'm listening to the birds chirping. It's gorgeous. And I encourage you to grow a garden and enjoy the labor and the time and the solace and the peace that you come from having a garden. But anyway, I haven't ever given you an update on the whole garden, so I'm working in the garden today. Thought I'd do that for you. Let's see what we got going. Over here in this first bed, these were planted about a month ago. We've got some broccoli in the back. Some mice came out and ate all this up, so I'm dealing with that. Some broccoli across the back here. We've got some Asian greens. We have some deer tongue greens here. Nice gorgeous color here. These are all transplants from the Montgomery County Master Gardeners Association plant sale. We have some red sales here. Some more broccoli. Of course, the butternut crunch lettuce. We love to have that. Over here we've got some edible flowers. This is called calendula. My wife wanted to have some color, so she bought those for me when I asked her to get some plants. Here we have some Brussels sprouts growing across here. Some pak choi. More Brussels sprouts, more pak choi, more flowers. Over here, this is what I'm really quite excited about. Here is a row of 120 sugar snap peas that I planted 2 weeks ago tomorrow. And as you can see, they're growing really well. About a week ago, Monday as a matter of fact, I saw just a couple of them above the ground, and so I came out and did my weekly feed, and that evening when I was out here giving a garden tour, they had all popped up. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. From really not seeing much of anything to 120 plants popped up just because they got the right nutrients that they needed to make that last jump, and they're doing great. We'll be running these up these strings here, so they'll actually be 4 inches apart. This plant here will be on this string, this plant will go on the opposite side, and so forth. And they have lots of light and air to grow. This bed here I'm planting for red potatoes and also sweet potatoes. As you can see, I'm in the middle of building my automatic watering system. I put these in yesterday, and I'm working on this one over here. I'll talk more about that in a second. Here we have some more of those edible flowers. My wife loves beets. These beets have been in here for probably 3 weeks. They are absolutely huge in 3 weeks. Some more butter crunch lettuce growing like crazy. Now, one thing I've noticed is the plants that get the more sun, the faster they grow. These plants have really been growing, and they're larger than the plants I have next to the house, which gets hardly any sun. South is this direction, over towards my wife who has the prime real estate. She gets sun from morning till dusk. Here I get the shadow of the house, and from noon on these plants are in shade, and then so forth as the sun comes here. But still, even with partial shade, those plants are growing, they're healthy, they're strong. With the more sun you have, the better your plants will be. Just because you don't have full sun doesn't mean you can't have a garden. Definitely garden, and you'll enjoy the process, the involvement, and the produce from the garden, even if you don't have full sun. This is all broccoli here. Some more broccoli, just absolutely gorgeous. Huge, big. These are actually spaced too far apart by accident, but as you can see, being 3 weeks old, the leaves are already touching. Even at double the spacing, they're going to be crowded. Look at this broccoli here. Again, this is 3 weeks old. I'm going to show you a comparison here to plants that have been in the ground for almost 2 months. Big, beautiful leaves, healthy, full. I've been hand watering. That'll hopefully end today when I finish putting in the automatic watering system. These are all looking great. This is cauliflower here. So I want to compare this cauliflower right here. This has been in the ground 3 weeks to this cauliflower and these broccolis over here. They've been in the ground almost 2 months. This is the Back to Eden garden method. As you can see, the plants look healthy and they look strong. They look like they're doing well. But when you compare the growth from these plants here that have been in the ground for almost 2 months to these that have been in here for 3 weeks, we're almost at the same stage of production at half the time. That's one reason why I like the Mittleider gardening method, is because it is so productive, and the plants grow faster, they grow healthy, they will produce more, you'll get more out of a season because you have more production time. Here we noticed we thought we had insects, but with using the night vision motion activated cameras, we found that we've got mice out here, so we're dealing with that. So just because your leaves are getting eaten up doesn't mean that you have insects. You may have critters. Here I've tapped into the water line for my backyard sprinkler system that I'm no longer using for the lawn, and I'll be using this for my automatic watering system for the Mittleider garden. So hopefully that project will be done today, and I'll have all 7 beds ready for automatic watering. I don't really want to be out here in the winter, in January and February, when it's really cold and out here watering. This is LDS Prepper reminding you, if ye are prepared, ye shall not fear. And if you put in a Mittleider garden, you'll have healthy and strong plants and nutritious produce as your reward.